Arizona in an interesting situation with their GM, John Chaika. So I don't know how much you know about this guy, but he was the youngest GM, I think, in professional sports, definitely in the NHL, when he was hired to come in. At 26 years old, he took over and became GM of the Coyotes because he was huge on the analytics forefront. Now, this past season, Coyotes were flirting with the playoffs. Things haven't quite gone the way they anticipated when they hired this guy a couple years ago. He's made some moves. He brings in Phil Kessel, brings in Taylor Hall, but it hasn't quite been the rocket ship that everyone anticipated, I think, when they hired him. So apparently somewhere along the line, he gets offered a gig with another team or organization. It wasn't going to be a GM of another hockey group. There are a lot of rumors floating around that he was going to be basically the head of analytics for an ownership group that owned multiple franchises in different sports. And they were going to kind of pay him and make him the guy. And part of that would have been the Devils, and he would have helped out with the New Jersey Devils. So he accepted the offer, allegedly, and then went back to the Coyotes ownership, and they got into a little bit of tussle, and now it sounds like he's out. We know he's not going to the bubble with the team. Steve Sullivan, the former player, former Penguin shout, Steve Sullivan, the assistant GM, has taken over on an interim basis. He's going to head the Coyotes through these turbulent waters here. We don't know what's going to happen with the league. I know Gary Bettman's going to step in here when he gets some time and kind of help intervene and figure out what the hell's going on. Why is it always a shit show in Arizona? What is their deal? They finally got good ownership. They have an arena, even though it's not the one they want. I think they want to be closer to the city. But what's going on?
I don't know. It's a great question. I mean, it's maybe this guy's analytics told him they'll have a better shot if he just gets the fuck out of it. I think that's kind of what we're seeing. You know, I'm not a huge proponent of analytics. Sorry. Maybe this is better for the team. I mean, honestly, some of the moves that they've made based on analytics haven't really been the best moves for that team. You know, I think they thought they would get more out of Kessel, more out of Taylor Hall, like you said. And, you know, they were challengers last year.
Do you think that's it, or do you think
they're in the same position as they were last year? They're right there. They just can't get over that hump.
Yeah, I mean, I think their division is super tough, and I don't think they have the resources. They're a budget team. They don't spend to the cap. I just don't know if they have the resources to compete in that division. Now, so allegedly with Seattle coming in, there's talks that Arizona's going to slide over the Central, which it doesn't make it any easier. But you know, maybe facing some new opponents, fresh blood, teams they don't see as regularly as their normal division opponents will mix things up and change for the better for them. Or you look at relocating them. But I don't think they're going to move that Arizona team because Arizona is such a large TV market in the United States, and I think that's very important to the NHL, and I think they see that as a failure to move the team. I think if any team in that league is going to move, I think it would be the Florida Panthers. They just don't. I mean, they've been there for years. They've had some up and down times. Not a lot of success, but even when they do have success, they don't seem to move the needle much there.